All right, guys, welcome. How are we? Hope we're all doing well, guys. Welcome to another London session. Sorry about the late start on the Tuesday. Doesn't look like I've missed all that much, to be honest. Maybe some of you may have been some gold buys. Personally, I'm not. I've just literally got onto the charts just now. So, by the way, as always, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I almost forgot you guys on YouTube. Almost forgot to start the stream for you guys, but here we are. Apologies, guys, it's been a long day. But yeah, so some of you might be in buys at the moment. Personally, I'm not in anything. I just got to the chart, so I've not even done any analysis. I have no idea what's going on throughout the day. But as always, what we will do is we'll come up with our plan and we'll patiently wait for the right catalyst, the right signal at the right level in order for us to get involved. So the win streak up to 13 in a row on stream, guys. We're doing really well. We're going to keep doing the same shit over and over again because it works. So guys, without further ado, if you could, YouTube, please smash that like button, and TikTok, smash that screen for me. And guys, any questions, any pairs that you'd like me to look at, feel free to pop those in the chat and I'll get to you all shortly. But in the meantime, let's take a look at the news, see what we have scheduled. There was some high impact Great British Pound news with the claimant count change. Doesn't look like it's had much of an effect. Actually came out less than expected, so it's less people claiming unemployment benefits, so that's obviously deemed to be good for a currency. Bit of a mixed bag though, with average earnings slightly down as per the forecast. Maybe that would suggest not as much spending going to be going on in the economy if the earnings are down, which could lead to maybe a less of a stance towards softening when it comes to interest rates and that type of thing. But anyway, guys, it's enough of that. It's not my strength. I focus on doing things technically, and that's what I do best. So let's get underway and let's have a look at gold and looking at that weekly time frame to begin. And once again, we've got pretty much at the same spot we were yesterday on stream. We do have the higher low, higher high to the previous candle. Obviously, I mentioned yesterday 31.68 this week to the left would be not a bad place to maybe set a cheeky little buy limit order. We've not obviously gotten below down that far, so but based off the weekly, still going off the back of the previous at this point, we are strong bullish. Daily candle itself has not much of a low wick. Previous daily did close back bearish. Still nothing to suggest we're really going to make a deeper pullback just yet. That may happen if we begin to break the low of that previous daily candle, so we will mark that in. Let's also mark in the current daily high and the current daily low and see what we've got either side of it. Structurally, we are bullish. We know above the most recent resistance, we're into all-time high territory. There is no data to the left hand side to worry about. Now onto the 4 hour time frame and what we can see in a 4 hour. Once again, we're still technically bullish. Nothing has changed. We have form support or previous support where we got in where yesterday we were talking about it. It's bounced off that level. Now obviously we're just stuck in a range at the moment on the 4 hour time frame and showing some signs of exhaustion on the previous candle. Let's for the time being marking the current the previous 4 hour candle's low as well. As far as support, we've got a support just there. We're just marking these lows. We'll be adjusting these zones, adding zones as well. All right, so on to the all important 30-minute time frame. Have we flipped some structure here? We did briefly, but we flipped it back bullish. We did flip it bearish upon the closure on this closure towards into pre-MY yesterday, actually. We've since flipped it back bullish a few hours back. So we're bullish once again across the board here on gold today. So preference would be to buy it, but we also need to consider, like I always mention, where are we on the chart? Now, that being said, in the top third of this 4 hour range, doesn't mean we can't look for options to buy it, but we've got to consider what's to the left hand side. So once again, this is the 4 hour support, so we'll just delete the one lower down for the time being. Now, most recent support is this point here. Below it, we've got a little bit more support to the left hand side, so what we're going to do is mark in a minor level at this particular point. Change that to a blue color. far as resistance, this is the most recent level of resistance. Let's go to 30 again. Yep, we'll use that level. Need to consider this to the left. To be honest, guys, gold above the current daily candles high, it's not the best idea in my opinion. You don't really have a great deal of margin. You're running into this wick. It's a bit better to wait for it to pop above 32, 33, 81. And that being said, there isn't a great deal of margin above that point until we run into some more resistance. So it could be quite tricky on gold today to the upside. Seeing it is bullish across the board, I would prefer to buy it, but once again, we are honing in on some resistance. So if we were to pop up and tap in towards the current daily candles high, even if we were to break it, pop above even the resistance here at 32, 33, only to begin to pop back below it. Off the back of that, I would look for options to potentially sell it, just trading the range at that point, looking to sell high. So that would be an option to sell it. We'll consider the buys above, but it all comes down to what sort of margin we have and how price does approach that level. If I am to look for the buys above 32, 33.8. So we'll see how we approach. It could be impulse entries. It all will depend on with what sort of volume we approach that level. Otherwise, guys, what I'm going to be looking at here today is for options to sell gold. The most recent support is this point here. Below it, we run into another level of support. Below that point there, start to run into some pretty clean traffic to the left. So off the back of that, we begin to pop below 32.19. At that point, I will contemplate my options to sell, irrespective of the bias. Reason being, we would be rejecting again a level of resistance here to the left that we've rejected a few times. So if we were to reject, pop below the support here at 32.19, then I would consider my options to take a sell off the back of that. So that is what I'm currently seeing on gold. Further options, if we do pop down, make a clean move back to this support, form support above it, I'll be looking for a catalyst within price action to also buy it. So that's my opinion of gold. Hopefully that is understood. And if it is, that's great. If not, we'll get back to it if anyone has questions. Otherwise, let's move on to have a look at GJ moving forward. Let's just remove some of these zones for the time being. All right. So looking at GJ, stuck in some very heavy consolidation. This is similar to yesterday. If you guys remember, we're really stuck in trashy consolidation, but we eventually got a catalyst to take the option to buy it. We took advantage of it. It was just here. So looking at GJ, starting with the top down on the weekly time frame, and what we can see is we are again respecting this really strong level of support here to the left on the weekly, daily, 4 hour. Do have an inside bar candle, but let's go down to the daily for more news. The daily did close back bullish yet again. We are getting closer to this resistance once again at 189.50. So let's just mark in that previous daily candles high. What we're also going to do is mark in the current daily candles low. We know we're technically bearish in structure, but we also know, seeing around a higher time frame support, it probably makes more sense to look for options to buy it. But we'll see again what we got to look in regards to potential sell options as well. Once again, onto the 4 hour, I'm still considering it bearish. I do understand if people do consider it to be bullish. Irrespective, just consolidating at the moment. Once again, it does look like we could possibly get options running into this wick to the left though, but we'll see what it looks like on a minor time frame. We'll mark in the resistance here at the daily high, previous daily candles high, and we'll mark in support which is just below the current daily candles low, and we'll work our way to the 30-minute time frame, and that, technically speaking, is still bullish off the back of this big impulse from April the 10th from last week. So we're bullish on a 30. So off the back of that, once again, I would probably prefer to look for my buy options. We are running into some more resistance to the left. Let's quickly look at it on the 15. All right. Need to be above that level there. If I was to adjust it across, that is the highest point of any bearish candle at the current level. Above it, we do have enough margin, but it looks at things up towards that 189.50 to 60. So that could be a potential buy zone, guys. If we begin to pop above the highs here, we're marking in once again. then I would consider my options to buy it. I also have to consider things like stop loss, which I did mention yesterday was an issue. We worked our way around that. So that is one particular option, guys, for the buys here on GJ. Further options, once again, the bias is still technically bearish the way I see it. So if we did reject and possibly have the margin to sell it, so if we form some minor support just here, gonna pop below it. Want to see a 30-minute closing back bearish as well. And if that is to be the case, we begin to pull away from some minor support, then possibly we could look for sells. Looking unlikely, to be honest, guys, but we will consider it. Otherwise, looking for the buys from the pullback, and that's pretty much it on GJ. I'm not going to look for sells below, running into some more support. We'll contemplate it once we pop below 188.20 roughly. So otherwise, we're just going to be looking for the buys. If we do pop down towards the daily low, even if we are to break it, only to pop back above it, then I would definitely still be interested in looking for my buy options here on GJ. So once again, hopefully that is understood. If you do appreciate it, make sure to smash that screen. YouTube, hit that like button. Now the important part, we just need to wait. Like we did yesterday, we got the move. Just took a fair way into the stream, but we eventually got the move. Alrighty, guys. Franco, morning to you. Daniel, good day to you. Lau, morning to you, brother. Tony Gold, grand rising to you. Carl F, Raphael. Welcome, guys. TikTok to the 57 who are currently on stream. Beats as well. Good morning, mate. Thank you for all the stickers, by the way. Edwin, Ellie, appreciate it. Thank you very much. To all the new followers, appreciate you, and to everyone else who here on the regular, I appreciate you as well. So welcome one and all. Let me just see what sort of questions I may have missed on TikTok. So we're just chilling, we're just waiting. No stress. LG, not just yet. Stick around, we'll see if we can come up with something. So again, we just do what we do on the daily. That's what's, you know, kept us on this really solid winning streak at the moment. 13 wins from the last 13 trades. Adwa, can we still buy? You can buy if you want. I don't see any buy right now on anything. Leon, thank you for the sticker as well. Appreciate you guys. Harry had my best day yesterday, 65 pound. Nice one. Yeah, I remember you were saying you're on that small account. So it's a good work, my friend. Happy to hear it. Edwin, appreciate it. Thank you, mate. WS London Trader, morning to you. TNR, 3 soldiers buy. Okay, yep. These long wicks. Yeah, I see it slightly differently. If that was to happen just here. Where's my annotation tool gone? Alright. If that was to happen at this point where we have that sort of price action catalyst, then I would consider buying it. But I look at it here, it's first of all, we're 2/3 of the way up into the 4-hour range. Not only that, within the 4-hour range, we've got this minor 30-minute range, and we're also in the top half of that. So again, I still need to consider where it is forming, and to me it's just too far into the range. And seeing I'm not in a trade from this support, I'm not really looking to get involved just now. I mean, we'll see how the candle closes for London Open. If it does close weak bearish, there could be some risky impulse entries. We will contemplate it. I will mention it. We need to wait still some 10 minutes before any sort of confirmation for that. Mihai, missed that buy on AJ. Barman, appreciate you, man. Hope you're well, brother. AJ. Oh yeah, wow. That looks... Yep. Definitely a buy signal. 100% a buy signal. I actually went over something similar with my team during yesterday's education session, about an hour and a half after the stream. Irrespective of the bias, and structure and all that, if you're at support and you get that catalyst, just buy it. Don't hesitate, just buy it. I mean, don't just buy it straight away when this count closes. Place a buy stop as it breaks the high of your catalyst candle. You got a 15-minute engulfing, bouncing and at support, leaving a long liquidity wick. Close the M30, back bullish. To me, that is a very, very, very strong buy signal. So yeah, at least you spot it well, which is good. Back to a GJ. So let's just keep an eye on gold. St. Ireland's bullish engulfing pad. Yeah, again, I see it differently. It's not engulfing nothing. It's not even engulfing bullish candles. I mean, that candle engulfed, that candle's high. I think some people misunderstood the term or what engulfing actually means, because engulfing would be when price, well, usually you consider it after the following candle. So if this closed bearish and the next candle was to close, you know, like so, that's engulfing. That's a strong catalyst. Here you had engulfing, that bearish candle. That's an engulfing candle. Closed well below the low. Low high, low. It doesn't really matter if it's got a high, but it's irrespective. All you're concerned about is the fact that it closes below. That's engulfing. So it's not really, in the way I see it anyway, it's not engulfing anything. Back to matrix, gold, yep. Triant edits, yes. Yeah, I still potential buy more. Buy until PWH. AJ, okay. Yeah, I mean, it looked pretty good for maybe continuation bars as well. So don't forget, guys, on TikTok, I am also live on YouTube. And if for whatever reason you can't find me on TikTok anymore, probably because I unfortunately got the ban, you can find me on YouTube. You're at work too and you missed it? Well, it's unfortunate, but it's just life, mate. And is, you know, a lot of people have the same sort of issues when it comes to trading. I mean, there's a good thing with the way gold is potentially closing on this pre-London M15. It could be now confirming some minor resistance. So that becomes a potential entry point to buy it as we begin to close above that point there. So we need to wait for the confirmation. We need to wait 6 minutes, and being gold, anything could happen. It could still flip back bullish. Let's quickly look at the 30. Definitely not keen on selling that because we're right at support yet again. So for gold, I'm just going to chill and wait for the confirmation of resistance at this current level at 32.28 roughly, and that will become potential entry point for the buys. Visali, can you show AUD, AUD JPY again, please? Yeah, so that's screenshot that. The 15 bullish engulfing at support in an uptrend, which resulted in a 30 closing back bullish, retesting the last significant higher low. So the area where if it closed below would confirm a structure flip. Bounced off it, closed back bullish in a 30, within it 15-minute engulfing. There's the catalyst. Let's retest the highs. Further options for AJ, I would wait for it to get above this point now. 91.30 32.4. Bit of strength in the Aussie, hey, what's going on? Don't believe it. This thing will, it dumps so much harder than it pumps. It just completely shits the bed when anything goes on. But I'm happy to see it doing some good things at the moment. EU, a little bit of a pullback. Been very, well, in overbought territory, I'm assuming, for quite some time. But irrespective of that, doesn't mean it can't continue bullish. Looking at EU, definitely still bullish on the minor time frame. The weekly is also very bullish. Let's mark in the current weekly candle's low. Still got a bit of time till the candle closes here, or London. Daily, potential exhaustion candle, so that's why we've got the previous daily marked in. Potential options, maybe buy below that point there. Running into some 4-hour support though. Mark that in. Resistance. 4 hours bullish, so it's still bullish across the board. Yeah, so for me, EU, I'd prefer to buy it, to be honest. I'd be waiting for pullbacks. Seeing it is in a bit of a pullback phase. The cleaner the move and the deeper the move, the better. I'd just be waiting for support to form, for options to buy from above that 113 would be fantastic. Shawson, hello to you, welcome. It's a new name on YouTube. No name's still in trade from yesterday. Any problems with just leaving it until it hits TP? There's no problems with leaving it if that's how you've chosen to go about it. What trade are you talking about? The GJ trade from the stream? You've just got to have a realistic target, my friend, and perhaps trail your stop loss so you don't get taken out with nothing in the end after being in the trade for quite some time in profit. Shawson got 37 pips profit from the last liquidity sweep on EU. I'm the guy from Discord who just switched, and it's going good. Oh, nice one, brother. Good work. Welcome on the YouTube stream. Yeah, there is no real impulse entries here on GJ as well. Just notice that's a bearish candle on the 30. Because the zone, I mean, has to close above technically that point, 189 220. So I'm gonna prefer for it to close above that would be my catalyst. We're still below this resistance here to the left. No name, it is from GJ yesterday, had TP1 at daily highs from, is that Thursday? I'm not sure, and TP2 and a daily fair value. All right, well, just bear in mind it is at some pretty strong resistance now. So as long as you're trailing your stop loss into profit, there's nothing wrong with holding the position, I suppose. But again, I do things a little bit different. So personally for me, obviously I was out of the trade not long into the trade. I was secured full profits on, you know, what I was happy with. Benny brother, good morning, my mate. Hope you're well. All good. Hope all good is well with you. Kind of looking forward to the little Easter break, to be honest. All right, so we got resistance confirmation. No impulse entries above because we're closing too strong bearish. Once again, if in doubt, use the pip. We've closed well below the 50%. So there is no impulse entry if we begin to break. So this signifies to me, use the FIP, that it is way too strong of a bearish candle to look for any impulse entry as it begins to break. Doesn't mean it won't work, but it's less probable in accordance to my analysis, my data. So I now need to strictly wait for another solid catalyst, which could be perhaps that, preferably this, and a decent lower wick. It's giving me a decent stop loss, and that could be a potential option moving forward. To my team, we'll send you guys a link. Name, yeah, just tie stop loss, which means you can take TP much earlier. Okay, fair enough, mate. So obviously session open. GJ is closed just below. And that was in regards to myself, wasn't it? No, sorry, I just realized that. GA has closed above support, tapped in towards the support at the daily low, or tapped into the support. Needs to really be below it. Not much happening on GA as we speak. GU looks a bit tricky. Price action is not the cleanest. Let's go into the 30. It's a chart from yesterday. Yeah, I mean, it's still quite bullish, or very bullish actually. So based off that, looking to see where potentially could get involved in buys. It's at a support, which was previous resistance. Pretty much could mark that level in. It's going to be a little bit tricky. Look, maybe if you get this counter closing bearish followed by bullish engulfing back above that point, that could be a decent entry point. You have to bear in mind though, not a great deal of margin. The preference would be for it to pull back lower and make a clean move, and then look for options to buy it or sells below. Once you got the confirmation of the 30-minute flipping bearish, which will be confirmed below 131.644. Closure below, retest, clean trap to the left. At that point, we'll be breaking its own low on the daily as well. So that's for anyone considering GU. Let's just keep an eye on gold. Ben? Oh, a little bit, not a great deal, to be honest, mate. Sherson closed it. I would rather have less profits but more secure than just leaving it like that. I'll personally wait for the next bounce. Could he sweep? And if I see the sharp reverse, I'm enjoying the trend. Nice one. Sketchmas, g'day to you, my friend. Yeah, it looks like Franco's looking at the exact same thing as me for GU. Exact same levels, I think we had marked. I did initially just mark that in. Just removed it. Yeah, same idea. Nice to see. Any news into MY today? There's obviously high impact CAD news. So it's like, so tomorrow is the big day. Tomorrow's the big day for the pound and also for the US dollar. Really big week for the CAD for anyone who does trade the CAD at all, any of the CAD pairs. Be on the lookout for this week. It's a big one. Yeah, so it's definitely Wednesday. Wednesday's the big one. You've got the Fed speaking, Fed chair. Although you should really believe a word that comes out of his mouth. But anyway, that's beside the point. All we need to know is when it's happening, because definitely going to impact the markets. Expect to see a little bit of some whipsaw price action candles when I wake up of the next day. So it is about 3 AM my time when that happens. But retail sales as well and CPI tomorrow. So we'll be on stream for CPI. Once again, we need engulfing interruption. May have something soon on GJ. We'll see. Yeah, I'm in and sell GU. We sweep major liquidity, so need to retrace. Yep, fair enough. I look at GU, it is pulling back a bit. Was pulling back a bit. I also mentioned it could form support by the current level. That's, look what it's doing. Liquidity candle. Broke lows, breaking a high. Yesterday's trade was the exact same. The amount of times we see this happen. Yesterday's trade was the exact same scenario on a 30. Broke the low, end up breaking and closing strong bullish. What happened afterwards? Doing similar now on GU, so just be wary of that. The 15 is broken high the previous. Just running into a bit of resistance in about 5 pips though, so not a great deal of margin. Claire, this is looking at a buy. Alexandrul, Joel, Julie. I think that's how you pronounce it. Crash wheel waiting. I think that's the thing. That's the common narrative. So sometimes it's good to have a bit of a contrarian perspective to things, because a lot of the time it definitely could happen. A lot of people have been predicting it, and I've been calling for it myself. But was that the crash that we had last week on the equities with, you know, NAS the last few weeks, and every time it just bounced. I think bonds were the same, government bonds. Gold had slight pullbacks. Silver was another one that shut the bed for a bit but ended up bouncing. So perhaps we don't need to just yet. Maybe it's not ready for that big flash crash or the big crash that everyone's anticipating. It's not saying I'm getting involved in any equities at the moment. Long-term holds, not interested one bit. Hamza, yeah, I'll be on tomorrow. Alexandra Julie again. 2020 baby, could be. Prepare accounts for the next 72 hours. Interesting. Yeah, we'll see. You could be right. Brandy, hello to you. Yes, you may ask. M4 Yaz, are you looking for a buy? Potentially on GJ. Also on gold, just because of where we're at, I prefer to look for options to buy it. But I need the confirmation of support forming at support. Not going to buy it as it taps in. So which time tomorrow? Tomorrow I'll be on same as the normal time. So tomorrow I'll be on about an hour and 15 minutes before, or on TikTok it's an hour and 10. I'll warm up YouTube stream for 5 minutes. Allow all of the 20 people to jump on. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all. And then I start the stream about 10 to the turn of that hour. It's different time zones, different time obviously, but yeah, so it'll be about an hour and 10 before session open. Quio, we look at, I think you mean McDonald's. What is the ticker for it? McDonald's Corporation. It looks to be up near some high time frame resistance. I'd be personally waiting for a pullback. You are at a resistance. Tricky. I don't like these equities because of these gaps. Obviously, it's evident you're at daily, weekly resistance. Depends on market open. If it pops above the previous daily counts high, potentially could come up a little bit higher, but I'd be focused on this level, this whole level, and just see how price reacts to it. And if it does reject, I'll be looking for options to sell it personally. I'd be drawing in this support, and to me that's probably the most probable level to get involved. It's likely going to fill that gap if it does begin to pop low to support. Also, I'd be looking for buys above it if it did retrace and form support above it. Yeah, and that's pretty much my opinion of it, if that's what you're asking about. All right, back to GJ. Let's quickly go through the time frame. So the 4 hours of liquidity candle, we're still at some resistance here to the left-hand side though. I will have a valid confirmation based on the interruption play. So we've got impulse, pause, impulse, completely engulfing and well and truly engulfing. That would validate a limit order buy at the high of that bearish candle with the stop loss back below it. It is a bit riskier because we still don't have that confirmation of the 30-minute closing above. We do have clean traffic to the left, so that's what I'm likely going to be looking at, guys. Potentially a buy limit at the high of this bearish candle. So whatever it is on your broker, so my broker, high of that candle is 189.190. Now the conditions are, this candle has to close, well, if it closes above the resistance, it's valid. It's closed strongly enough above. The next candle, I don't want to really create much of an upper wick. If it creates one, I'd rather it just drop, tag us in and bounce. Because if it does create an upper wick, and especially if it breaks the high of that previous candle, then if we were to come back down, potentially that could be the upper wick, and potentially we could close back a 30 candle into the range below. So has to be perfect. So that's what I'm potentially looking at just now, guys. Nvidia, I will look at it soon. I just want to keep a bit of an eye on this, so we'll take a look at it for you. All right, so it needs to pop pretty much straight down. So I'll set the order, but if it pops up, and especially if it breaks the high, I'm just going to remove it. No ifs, buts, maybes. So I've got it set at 190. Now there's a good chance it's not going to true in. That's what I'm looking at. All right, so let me just put an alert. Let me put another alert too if it begins to flip, because then it becomes invalid. I'm not going to take the entry based off the 15 upon continuation. We will reassess on the 30 if we do close back strong bullish without being triggered in. So let's quickly look at NVDA. Does look similar to Mickey D's. Have not touched McDonald's for God knows how long, many years. I have this figure when you eat that stuff. Just kidding, just having a bit of fun, guys. But no, quite seriously, I've not eaten McDonald's for God knows how many years. Probably about 15. All right, so weekly, very strong bullish engulf, not quite engulfing, but almost engulfing. Open with a gap to the upside. If it breaks the high of that previous candle, good chance it could pop up towards 122. So strong bullish in the weekly. The daily structure, it's a bit awkward, these gaps, but I would actually call it bullish. It's closed above this swing point. It's the lowest point the market got to in the downtrend. So I would actually say that's bullish. It's a strange candle on the previous daily. We're just marking the resistance at that previous weekly candle's high. Support, we'll wait till we get down to the 4 hour. So the 4 hour, I would also determine that to be technically bullish, but the thing is, you gotta ask yourself, where are we on the chart? Somewhere closer to the resistance, so could be potential options to actually look for sells below that 4 hour low. So this is the most recent support in the 4 hour. Mark that in, go down to the 30. It's another support a bit below. All right, process of adjustment now. So I'd be adjusting that zone, and 30 minutes technically bullish as well. So the bias is bullish across the board. So the options for me on Nvidia would be to look for buyers. If this is to be the resistance, that is your first potential entry point. If price was to begin to close above that point there, I'd be looking for options to buy it. On this particular broker, that is 111.79. Closure above, retest, continuation. I have no idea equities if it's 15 or 30 it's best trade on, even a 5, I'm not sure. Don't trade them. And what I would say is potentially it's still going to be bullish, but if it does reject this high time frame resistance, begin to pop below the support here at 109.07, that's probably a good level to look for some sells back down. But you could look for further buys at 106, 106.5 to 106. So that is Nvidia. GJ. I mean, we could get another catalyst based off the 15 if this closes weak bearish. Now, we really would love for it to tap into the resistance. So we're keeping an eye on GJ, guys. Let's quickly look at gold yet again. It's at a good level now. That's a good thing. No catalyst just yet. I'm not going to trade off for 15. We had a pretty strong move to the downside. But at least we're at a potential level. So I'd need to see it again. Support, resistance, entry. Weak resistance, entry. Strong resistance. I need to wait longer. Claire, not the Lux algo. Never heard of it, to be honest. I have no idea what it is. Like you said, look, EU buys. Yeah, look at that. It's also forming a liquidity candle. Gee, look at that. Look at exactly. Did I not say it, guys? Broke the low, broke the high. Next likely destination is this resistance, and look what it's done. Tapped into it, rejected. So based off that, I mean, simple, quick little scalp, but you just don't have a great deal of margin. But time and time again, you've learned it on this stream. Edwin, appreciate you. Thank you so much yet again for those stickers. I do appreciate it. Apparently I'm in some sort of ranking system at the moment, so stickers actually really help. I was unaware of it completely, but so I do appreciate it. Yeah, so it's tapped in, rejecting just now, and this is fine on gold. This is not a problem at all, because if this closes bearish, then we just need to wait for the potential engulfing play to the upside. And if we start to close below support, then all of a sudden the sell's looking not too bad at all. GJ's breaking. Similar to yesterday, guys, this was. But yesterday, the difference was we had 30-minute closure. We don't have it yet here. Yeah, so I'm going to have to remove that order. Do you guys remember yesterday? Prior to looking for the entry, we had that confirmation, a 30-minute close above the resistance. 15 create a really long lower wick, and it tagged in with about 5 minutes left off that candle. So 15. Here we don't yet have the confirmation on the 30 closing above, but it is forming a similar move to yesterday. So nice work if anyone currently is running in buys. I just need to chill, reassess, and look for further options. Could be potentially gold now. Queer? All good, my pleasure, not a problem. Farid, morning to you, mate. You're also still holding GJ, so there's a few of you holding the trade from yesterday. Nice one. It's the Aaron Stoner. G'day, brother. How's it going up in sunny Queensland? Tell you what, Melbourne's stolen a leaf out of the Queensland book. We've had some cracking weather. Usually starts to shit the bed this time of year, but it's been mid-20s and sunshine. Absolutely cracking conditions. Pack to matrix, sell on gold. Yeah, if you're already in a sell, you're looking good. I wouldn't sell it just now though. Farid also bought gold at 31.95, rejected multiple times. Nice one. Alrighty. Let's use the magic fib. Whoops, wrong way around. Now what I really want to see is price retest. So for it to close above 0.382 is not likely. I mean, if it does, it's likely going to close back bullish, which doesn't look really good to me. If that's the case, looks like a bit of exhaustion. Back in the 50 as well. Let's just wait and see what options we may have in 5 and a bit minutes. Aaron? Oh, you're in top. Oh, okay, yep. But fly back tomorrow. It's good to see we finally got some sun over there. Been a damp summer. Yeah, for you guys, cracking one for us. I mean, for us, it was hot as. Probably our warmest summer in years, to be honest. Hard pressed to find many days under the 30, to be honest. It's very warm summer. Quite a humid one as well. Bead, are you in it now? Not in anything just now. For it, yeah, I don't see any cracking entry right now. I'm just waiting. Claire, what entry do you sell gold? I'm watching M15. It's in what time frame? Generally a 15 will cut it, but it just depends. Seeing we've come from resistance here, I probably likely want to see a bit of a pause. And if we don't get a pause, it comes down to pure price action on the entry candle. Seems to be struggling a little bit at this support though. Still bearish, but it's not. It's lost a bit of momentum. Definitely needs to close below. My concern here on GJ is we've not yet retested any resistance. So my concern would be, without it doing so, I don't want to get triggered into a trade and then for it to come back down. Just gonna wait first of all and see how his counter closes. I'll let you guys know if I'm gonna take or plan an entry on GJ. Let's look at it on the 30. Limit order buys on the 30. I would say we're starting to trend again. Not quite coming from consolidation. It kind of resembles it, but we've had a decent push out of it. So the limit order buys could also be valid based on the 30. Now for that to be valid, let's just mark this in. And I think that could be the focus just now, guys. It needs to close some 6 to 8 pips above. And we don't need to, we just got the high. We can use our brains to work that out. So 348 roughly. Well, let's just call it 338. We're going between the 6 and 8 pip margin. So 338. If it does close above that point there, we've got valid limit order buys on GJ as well. If it closes as is, it's too strong of a bearish candle, and it's not a bad thing because it still could pop down to tap into that resistance, and then all we're waiting for is a nice strong closure back near the high. Still got margin to the upside. All right, so we're gonna focus more on the limit order, guys. It has to close above that point. Grid, I'd buy around 32.10, 32.12 on gold. Yeah, I agree. Definitely agree. I'd definitely be keen on looking for options, marking an alert on gold, just in case it does drop in the last few seconds of the candle. But at the moment, the focus is GJ yet again. Kylo stacks. Any tips from beginner trader? Just, it's all about patience and discipline, and we've tapped in. That's good. That's good. Now if we bounce off, really good. We really want it to pop up though. It's a grind. Take your time with it. Don't think of it as a get rich quick scheme, because you're just going to get wrecked. Don't try to flip accounts irrespective of what others might say. Just be patient with it. Learn the craft. You need to decide what suits you, whether that be longer term trades or scalping, what I do. It's very taxing on a lot of people, the scalping part side of things, but for me, I much prefer it than sitting holding trades for days, weeks, months, whatever. So just take your time with it. Keep watching streams, watch as much content as you can, and yeah, there's plenty of content out there. So I've got to be very careful what I say, because I've got one strike before for commenting on something like that. All right, so I've bounced at that level, not closed strongly enough above the resistance for the limit order. So I don't have any confirmation just yet on GJ. And gold's closed above the support. I really love to see a little bit of a triggering of buyers at the current level, because we're seeing we're come straight bearish. And irrespective, I'm not looking to sell below on this current move. Not interested one bit. It's got no upper wick as well. Gold GBP losses recover quickly. What losses? You do recover losses quickly if you follow your plan and stick to your rules and something that works for you. I haven't seen music. Exodus cannot teach you everything. Well, I've got ways of teaching. I mean, again, I've got to be really careful what I say. How do I word it? Is that GJ? Everything is priced more than fairly too. And I absolutely do my utmost to help everyone in the group. Always put myself out there to anyone who contact me regularly. Alright, so GJ needs to close strong bullish and then we've got a potential valid option moving forward. Still preferring GJ. Remove that. Gold VIP free, goodbye to you. So how it is, guys, it's how I roll. If anyone tries to promote their own services or whatever in this group, you get the boot straight away. No ifs, buts, maybes, no apologies, nothing. It's just, you're gone. Gonski. Rudy, yesterday I told you I'm bearish in gold and the price down. That's nice. Well done. It's pretty much the exact same level was at yesterday, to be honest. But irrespective, well done. I haven't traded gold yet this week, so haven't got the right confirmation to do so. Only had the one trade from the stream yesterday. It was a nice start to the week. Alright, gold will look a bit better if it flips and then comes back to break its own low for impulse entry, but we still had no pause coming from some. Let's just mark it in. Going that high from more than 100 pips away, which is not a huge thing for gold. But again, it's about being comfortable in a trade, so I'd rather trigger in some buyers at the current level and then wipe those buyers out to consider a sell option. Or we can still look for the potential option to buy it as well. Liking these tunes, guys. Really enjoying it. Almost read my own message in the chat. Connor, news at 9. With current account for Euro, that's 9 AM UK time? Assuming you're talking about UK time. Matt Pug, where can I find educational videos for your strategy? There's plenty of content in my profile. Came across it yesterday, placed your trade in one. Nice one. Yeah, we've been on a really strong winning streak, 13 in a row. But you gotta take the good with the bad, because the bad does eventually come. Sometimes you're gonna take 2 or 3 losses in a row. I think the last losing streak I had was 3 in a row, and that was the very first week of the year for me. And I barely lost like next month, I think. And it's just been cracking form all year. I think this year, the win rate, I'd have to have a look at it. I hazard a guess it'd be close to 85 to 90, in all honesty, this year. But combined, well, this year and last year ended about 78.5, roughly. Just under, yeah, 79. It's now about 80.5, 80.5. So probably has a guess to be around that 82 to 85% for this year. Look at this potential liquidity candle as well. Waiting for the confirmation though. Just because I feel we've had to travel a little bit too far, perhaps. If this was a weaker closure and we broke it and then went up to break the higher, I'd trust it more. Now I'm fully aware it could just go now. It could just make the move. It does it time and time again. It's also at a pretty good level for it to happen, to be honest, guys. It's tapped into the resistance. Yeah, you'd have to be in it by now. Slight hesitation. And off the back of that, I need to leave it for the time being. Wait for the closure. It's always the higher probability setup if you wait for a confirmation. Robin, look at 32.12. Yep, we looked at that in gold. It's a potential liquidity zone for options to buy. Bobby V, if you want to. I don't have any option. If anything, GJ buys right now. And it looks like it's gonna make the move again. The power of these liquidity candles. Alright, high of that candle 407, so it needs to close 467 for a valid limit order. Oh man, that liquidity candle hesitation, guys, have missed it. That would you'd probably be at break even by now. Had you taken it, you'd be some 7 to 8 pips in profit. Okay, irrespective, it's good to see it play out. Just once again, screenshot that. You learn again, you learn about this setup. This is the ideal area for it to happen, to get involved. Retest off resistance, bouncing off it, breaking a low, going on to break the high. Impulsive, yes, but still probably one of the more high probability impulsive entries there are. Wow. Probably might even react to 32.13. 3. So I'm contemplating a limit order, by the way, guys. Just waiting for this count to close on the 15. You're talking about some of these wicks, essentially. Can't tap into there prior to it though, because then we've tapped into target, and if we tap into target just now, it could reject. Last thing I want for it to do is this counter tap into target, tag us in, and just completely shit the bed and reject, come back down. Ah man, that is the move. Damn. You guys have learnt so much just by looking at that. Ben and Ali close can be interesting on gold and GJ. I'd take JJPY as the next 5. We'll get a lower wick. I probably missed that comment. It's probably a few candles back. Probably assuming maybe there. Oh, you're talking about here. Okay. Okay, GU also pushing up. Yep. Back up to resistance. Yeah, could be options on GU. Everything's pumping. We ask about how can you learn about this stuff? I'll give me a free education just here. Screenshot that. BGT Jahmed. How about gold now? Yeah, it needs to close below or start to pop back above. There's nothing for me on gold just now. Alright, the good news is we've not tapped into target, so bad news is we're pulling back. We need to close above that horizontal for there to be a valid limit order. We're in the zone at 3217 as well. You're referring to that to the left. Wow, that's a wicked move. Those liquidity sweeps are cracking moves. I'm not in GJ, I hesitated. I only realized it was forming a liquidity grab candle when it already just popped above. So for me, even though it did pop down a little bit again, it's FOMO. Because I didn't plan for it. I saw it after the fact. So it's again, it's discipline. You guys, some of you appreciate now. A lot of you don't understand it. They probably think, well, we should have just taken it anyway and pop back down. But some of you really appreciate it, and you'll know why I stick to that. Because last thing I'd want is if I jumped in FOMO and then I forgot something else, I didn't check properly and just shits the bed. So I was focused on a limit order, or now I am anyway. I was focusing on waiting for this candle to close above, and I completely missed the fact that that was forming a liquidity grab candle. Alfie, I'm waiting for gold to demand zone. Waiting for it to potentially pop back above and give me a price action signal, or it maybe even give me a signal to sell below this level. It's not closing below it still. All right, let's focus on GJ. It has to close above this point here. If it does, limit orders at the height of that bearish candle, which on my broker is 189.402. Stop loss just below current candle lows, and about 18, around 18 pip stop. And same rules apply. It cannot pop straight up. It needs to really drop from the outset of the opening this candle. Or 02. Yeah, it needs to pull back now. Can't push. This isn't what I want to see, to be honest. Yeah, forget it. It's broken high. Alright. I'm gonna remove it again. There is no entry. That was the move. The liquidity sweep. Great to see it play out, irrespective. Always good to see it, because again, you see it next time, won't hesitate. King Louis. Do you use quarters theory and what do you think about it? Quarters theory is in as far as psychological numbers that prices react to. If that's what you're talking about, otherwise I'm not sure what you're talking about. I just use my own strategy, man. It's not copying of anyone. It's just pure price action. It's not fair value gaps. It's none of that crap. No, it's not crap. Sorry. I don't mean to refer to in that manner. Franco, maybe some buys 3 minutes on GU. So talking about now. Music's a bit loud. Or not quite closed above that level though. Yeah, would have preferred for it to pop up a little bit higher, or this cannot pop straight up, back down, then up again. It's not done that, so maybe not. As you trade, it's nice to see discipline. That's how you'll last in this industry. I agree. 100%. It's what was the big turning point for my trading, was just working on that aspect of it all. Yeah, Ben will done the move, but it's tapped into target at 500 level. Yep, no entry, Franco, agreed. It's all good, no rush. I will be on with my team as well later for pre-MY. So we're just gonna chill and wait, see if anything presents. If not, we'll come back later. Same thing could present on gold. Potential limit order sells now. For that to be valid, this candle needs to close. What is the lowest point of this candle? $32.19, so 32.1839. That's where it needs to close in order for there to be any valid potential limit order. Let's look at the hourly. The hourly will be closing as well. Strong bearish engulfing, clean track to the left. Yeah, so that's what I'm waiting on. If it goes just now, not get left, so I'm not going to sell it just now. Aaron, yeah, tunes definitely improved, haven't they? Free to get a nice move during Asian session on gold today. Yeah, pissed. Exact same time. Liquidity candle again. You learned that here on this stream. Same thing happened here on gold as what just happened on GJ. At a level as well. That happened at support. Closed above resistance. There's your entry. Clean track to the left. No upper wick, so may have put you off a bit, but you guys get the picture. You get the theory behind it. Look for this scenario to happen either from support or at a resistance to the downside, or above resistance to the upside, or below support to the downside. OJ only have 200 shares XRP, is that too little to have? Look, as far as life, look, it could be life changing to some people, but not really going to that big an impact. But who knows? I mean, what's your target? Where do you think it's going to go? I have no idea. I don't trade crypto. I don't hold any XRP as well. I used to a couple years back. I'm the barometer, I think you call it, as to when to buy crypto. When I sell, you buy. Yeah, it always pumps. Always pumps after it. Yeah, the only crypto I hold at the moment is ETH. Wanting to find an entry on one or two other alts, but I'm just not convinced that the low is in. And again, it's just a matter of DCAing. Trusting the process. I just don't trust the crypto as much though. I do it for other things, but not crypto. Not at the moment. Been an advocate for silver. I like to accumulate physical. And GJ, wow, beautiful. Okay. Let's see on gold. Now, seeing it would be based off the 30. We can adjust that zone just now. What we may get is the 15-minute engulfing closing the M30 back bullish. That would be a catalyst to buy it. So let's have a watch of gold, guys. We could have options to buy it, not on impulse, not taking the buy just now. Want to wait for this count to close. It can't just pump. If it does, again, it's just not going to be my trade. If it sticks around the current level, then we may have some options. We're going to close the M30 back bullish. So we're now turning our attention to gold. For Aruba, potentially, yes. Potentially. OJ, what do you trade on platform-wise? MetaTrader 5. Red got in at 32.18.60 based on 1 minute, but pay attention to 32.17. What, in a buy, you mean? Okay. Yeah, it's not for me, the 1 minute. Too much noise on that time frame.
Hi, man.
What's going on, brother? How are you?
Hey, fine, thank you. And you?
That's good. All good, mate. All good.
Long day for you?
Yeah, pretty long day, but
Okay.
all good. All good, mate. We're here, we're looking at gold and could have some potential entries. So gonna be one issue, stop loss. 40 odd pips isn't too bad though. To be honest, it's pretty standard on gold these days. But we need to see a bit of a lower wick. Seeing it's gonna be the hourly open as well. Want to see it respect this level on the hourly. Great low wick. Bounce off it. And we could trust that as well once, if it gets triggered in. That we could adjust the stop loss or manage to trade based off the entry candles low. So 5.5 minutes. If it goes now, I'm not taking the trade. Just chilling.
I'm looking for some GU buys.
Oh, GA. Yeah, it's starting to look a bit better.
Around M30, correct. It's maybe we are closing above. Hopefully not that much. And maybe then getting
Wow.
a retest of the resistance, and then maybe get in on the break of the high of this own candle.
Yep. Would you consider a limit order as well or not? It's tough to limit order because they're not cleared at wick.
Well, normally not. So and it's also GJ is pushing in the same way as GU.
Yep.
So that means normally UJ is in line with GJ, but this time not. And
Good
that
luck.
means maybe the strength in the pound.
Yeah, it appears to be quite a lot of strength in a pound. Tapped into that level and is bouncing off it. It's interesting. But it was invalid because it broke the high. Gold. Again, we've still got margin, so it will come down to the entry candle likely, because that's going to have to be used as stop loss because this thing is pushing too far. Not really satisfied with rolling with a 55 pip stop, and it's just pushing now. And still not ruling it out. Let's just wait for this candle to close and see how the new candle opens. I'm on one, yep, watching it. Red, close at 32.22, retest 32.20, and up from there would be nice. Off that level. Yeah, potentially. Ruba, check the M5. Yeah, I can see it. That's a decent confluence as well. You nice strong golf in there. If you trade it based off the 5 minute, you're potentially closing above this resistance here as well. But again, I know what I'm looking for. And it may present in just under 3 minutes. The last thing I want is for this candle to leave a massive upper wick and close right back near the support. That would be really ugly. My preference is to get in with the momentum as the price breaks the high of what will be our catalyst candle. One thing I need to be aware of is margin. Do we have it? That's a tick. And two, what will stop loss be? How wide is it? And this rate, it's going to be a very wide one. So we'll have to probably come down to the entry count. It's going to be more than 60 pips. Sorry, mate?
G was setting up.
Oh, it is too. You might get a limit order.
Maybe this time, yes.
Yeah, I mean, how many times was yesterday as well? We set on GJ and watch it close back, and I did exactly that. GJ is gone. There's no entry for me. But look at interesting, because after it broke, it retested and then it's broken again. So limit order would have worked, but again, just following my rules. They're there to protect me, so it came invalid. The focus is definitely gold, and what I do suggest to you guys is find out what the highest point of this candle is in your broker, follow that. Need to wait for a decent low wick. The entry is going to be back above this candle's high, what, a couple pips above it. Don't get a decent low wick, and if this candle doesn't leave an upper wick, I just don't take it. It's plain and simple. Lordy family got tapped 4 hour and 1 hour fair value gap and long in all-time high retest. Nice one. Oh man, gold. Still, do we have the margin though? Yeah, it will all come down to how much of a low wick we get. Man, oh man, that's another liquidity candle. Oh, if you wouldn't know it, wouldn't you know it? I mean, broke low, it's broke the high. Just missing that today, and it's got an upper wick. Damn. Once again, look where it happened. Support, broke low, broke the high. Very impulsive, but once again, it would have worked. Again, free education, screenshot that. It's what I call the liquidity grab. Broke low, at support, goes on to break the high, makes the move. Yeah, there's no entry. There's no entry. Just go to upper wick. Nice one for it. All good. Take a dotter, sell. No, there's no sell for me. Yeah, that's the move, guys. Again, apologies, maybe I'm a little bit knackered, to be honest, but that was getting a liquidity entry. 2 times today it did present and would have worked. They're very impulsive though, so you really have to trust it. But when it happens at support, like so, breaks low, pop back up to break the high, likely to make the move back up, as long as you got clean traffic to the left. Similar to GJ here, clean traffic to the left. Broke low, went on to break the high, made the move. And that's it. That's the moves, guys.
Team said I missed this time also GU.
Pumping. Did you place the limit order or you
No.
didn't trust the lower wick?
No. No, I didn't trust it, so I don't know. So it's not that cup of tea for my
Yeah.
type of entry. So it is what it is.
Yeah, that's fair enough. It needs to be comfortable in it. To be honest, I don't mind that lower wick though, because it's tapped into that zone and bounced off at the high of it. Would have been a very narrow stop loss, but yeah, about 7 pips maybe once you triggered in. Yeah. Expect a second M30 candle after the Asian session volume move. Yep, Alfie got in then out. Should have stayed in a bit longer. He still made a I mean, he still got some profits from it, so what? This Ling needs to be above here. And even above there, you're running into resistance. I just don't like where it's at to buy it. I'd rather wait for rejection to sell it. Even the current level of rejects, won't let it form a bit of support. If you use the pop below support, that's what I'd be looking at. $32.28 tapped in and rejecting. Yeah, so for me, the game plan would be on the gold. Needs to close above 32.88.8, so pretty much above 32.29. And you need to still have the margin up to the highs here on the daily, which you may not have if it closes above, so it would all come down to margin. Otherwise, we're looking to buy it from support again. Possibly consider selling it, but does reject. Again, what I mentioned on EU before, performs a bit of support like so. And you still have the margin to sell it back down. Maybe. Otherwise, just be patient. Cleaner sells below 32.17.5. That is the goal. GJ, potential buys back above support as long as you get the right confirmation to do so. Looks like we'll come back to retest. Gonna be difficult buying it upon continuation because you're buying it into resistance here. So as far as sells, let it pop back down to this resistance, and if it begins to form support yet again and starts to pop below the support, you could have options to sell it off the back of that. That's what I'd be looking at. And GJ, the 2K27, welcome to you. Farid. Nice one. Liquidity candle. Popping up everywhere. Liquidity candles. Very strong tool within price action. Alright guys, I'm gonna get moving. I'm gonna go have a little bit of a break. Gonna go have something for dinner, and I'm gonna check out the charts a little bit later on with my team for Premier Y. So I look forward to that. Yeah, we learned today. We definitely learned a few things. So always another, you know, experience on the charts. And yeah, we look forward to tomorrow. Again, tomorrow will be on from about 10 minutes prior to the hourly close. So now in 10 prior to London Open, 10 minutes prior to EU Open. Schengen, I don't provide a signal service. Yeah, I do have a trade ideas section for my VIP guys. But generally, all the trades I take is I call it out for them. But I don't actually have a signal service as such. I've thought about doing it. I don't want to be stuck sitting on the charts hunting trades because it's not what I do. I let the charts come to me. So again, I've done it in the past and it is draining. It is bloody draining. Being stuck on the charts, hunting multiple pairs. It's not, I don't enjoy it, to be honest. Maybe in the future I might start again, but not right now. Everyone, thank you for joining. I will be back tomorrow. Not a bad stream. Good luck moving forward today. I'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Justin.
Take care. Yep, Franco, we'll catch you hopefully in a couple of hours if you're on.
Yep.
Nice one, brother. See you. TikTok, appreciate you. Have a good one. And until tomorrow, we'll see you later. Look out for a bit of support to form before any sells, in my opinion. So, a little bit of a minor pause in the 15. As it begins to potentially pop below a weak bullish candle. That could be a potential option. So that's still another 22 minutes away before you have that confirmation. And that's it. Alright guys, take care. See you guys tomorrow. Cheers. Mm-hmm.